Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Juan Dad on the Go. I'm the one and only, and this is my life on the go. So, wanted to do this video for the longest time. This is my Tekton Tools Christmas haul. So, yes, a lot of these tools were gifted to me, or should I say, kind of like when life gives you lemons, you decide to make lemonade. Well, no, in this case, send it back and actually get what you wanted. One of the things that I asked my kids was, please don't give me sweaters. Don't give me, let's see, it was sweaters, shoes, cups, or soccer balls. The reason I did not want any of those is because I have way too many soccer balls. I coach, so I wouldn't be using the soccer ball myself. I don't play soccer. I coach soccer. So it's not going to be useful for me. Somebody else is going to get the use out of it. So yes, the Trianda World Cup ball, we took that back. Sweaters. I was like saying to my wife, ooh, the Carhartt sweaters look really cool, or the hoodies look really cool. But guess what? I have so many sweaters that I don't use. So what I'm going to be doing is this year, 2026, I am going to be purposefully using all those sweaters and shoes. I think I have in boxes around 12 or 13 pairs of shoes, plus the unboxed shoes. So, and those are another 8 different pairs. I don't use that many. I am literally going to be using and throwing away shoes that I've used for 6+ months to ensure that I get use out of all these things. Some of these sweaters, I've lost weight, so they're no longer fitting me correctly. They're too big. The sleeves are way too big for my arms, and so I'm trying to get rid of all of those. I'm trying to make sure that I live with purpose. So everything from now on is going to be purchased with purpose. The reason I chose Tekton was because Snap-on's too expensive, Mac is too expensive, Icon, I've heard mixed reviews on it. Ulsa tools, they seem to be good, but at the same time, I've heard mixed reviews on them. The Tekton, using the Ernest Manufacturing, does other organizational stuff. So this comes on rails. I wanted also full socket rails. So these are my socket sets. I purchased 1/4, 3/8, and half. I don't think I need 3/4 because I really haven't used 3/4. I have the adapter from half to 3/4. I don't think I've really used it. So even though I wrench on cars, I love wrenching on cars. I love detailing cars. I love doing projects around the house. I don't use something that big. Now, the thing I've been living with is a toolbox that honestly has been atrociously cluttered, and everything's thrown everywhere. It's unbearable. The only thing I had basically organized was my wrenches. I'll do a video about the organization on the toolbox. So for any of you that are interested in see what my toolbox used to look like and to what it looks like now, or will look like in the future once I'm done, I will make a video for you on that. Now, sockets. That's been really the thorn in my side, because what do you use most when you're wrenching on cars? You most likely use a socket. Well, I was living with like 3 different sets of Craftsman sockets that didn't build up to a single full set. Basically, I have a bunch of skip sizes. So this all came from mechanic sets that have a bunch of skip sizes, have a bunch of stuff like that. I am so sick and tired of skipping sizes. Craftsman, get your act together. Don't skip any sizes. I get that you want to put in the 4.5 millimeter socket in there, but guess what? The 16 millimeter socket's more important than the 4.5 millimeter socket, because nobody is, or very few people are dealing with bolts that size. Again, something that tool companies should think of. What I liked about Tekton Tools is, one, they have a pretty good reputation. They have a pretty good warranty. 2, the price per set is very low. And from what I hear, they're pretty good wrenches or sockets and tools. Now, Doesn't mean I'm going to buy everything Tekton. There are different things that I like from different tool companies, so I'm going to be getting those. Now, with this, again, this is to organize my sockets and actually get a full set of sockets. So, with sockets, we're going to deal with Tekton. That's probably going to get me through quite a few years. Let's get started. I actually jumped the gun and started opening some boxes, but I have not unwrapped what's inside of 3 of these boxes. The 4th box is my 1/2-inch drive, and so that one there I have not opened yet, but all these other ones, you see them open. Well, yes, I jumped the gun. And I opened them, I got excited, and my wife was like, "Why, are you going to make a video?" Oh my God, yes, I'm going to make a video. So that's where we're at. So again, 1/2, 3/8, and 1/4. Each of these sets, I bought the full set, so I have both metric and SAE. One thing I did open was the 1/2-inch ratchet. I actually bought this with the 1/4-inch, and this was, I don't remember how much it was. I think $25, $30, somewhere around there. I'm sorry, the prices I don't remember, but I bought them off the Tekton website. And the cool part about Tekton website is that you get 10% back in rewards, so that works towards your next purchase. One thing I did was I got rails from Tekton that are gray, because instead of having black and red, I want to have black and gray. For, gray being my, well, I'm not sure whether I want to go black being metric or gray being metric. So I'll make a decision later on that. But anyways, let's get started here. So again, this ratchet, great. It's 90 teeth, so you can hear the teeth on there, and there's hardly any slop. So that's one thing I loved about doing this. Okay, got rails. These are the 1/2-inch rails. We'll open these in a little bit here. This is the 3/8 rails. So this is the gray one that I went ahead and purchased. Like I mentioned, I opened some of these things. Not everything is open. So this is the 1/4 rails that I got. And one thing I did open was the 1/2-inch drive extensions. So we have a whole set of extensions that I bought, because what I'm going to be doing is putting it on the rails. But I mean, like, I had to work on a water pump on a Ford Explorer, okay? Which means you're going through the wheel well of the passenger side, and getting the extension. I had like 3 or 4 or 5 extensions, and you have the arch to it. I now have extensions. This is, I think, 18 inches long, and then I have a 2-foot extension here. So this is, I mean, look at these sizes, right? Compared to going with like a 10-inch and then getting a bunch of things going on there. So what this gives you is those long extensions, gives you the 3/4 to 1/2 conversion, or I should say 1/2 to 3/4 conversion. It gives you this 1/4 bit driver. So this is actually the bit holder for 1/2-inch. Gives you a 1/2-inch to 3/8 adapter. Gives you the 3-inch 1/2-inch adapter. Gives you the, I think this is 1-inch or 3/4 inch adapter. Or I'm sorry, yeah, no, this is just an extension. I'm sorry, this is a 1/2-inch extension. That's roughly about 1 inch to maybe a few inches. This is the 6-inch, and I believe this is the 10-inch. We also have a universal joint. So what I'll do is I'll unbox everything, lay them out, and then take a panorama shot of these, or a panning shot. So that way we can continue here. Now, like I mentioned, I did open those. The smaller stuff came in this bag here, which I'm going to be making a mess here in my office. This here had the all the extensions, the long extensions and the short extensions. So we'll get rid of that. And I believe that's all that came in this box. So be done with it. Okay, as you can see on the table here, we have big old long extensions. I'm gonna try and keep them on the table. If they drop, you know, it is what it is. So let's get all these out of the way. And like I mentioned, once I'm done opening, I'm gonna put everything here on the table, and we'll just do a panning shot across so that way you can take a look at it. All right, people, let's move on. I don't know what the rest of the boxes have. So what we're gonna do is just take a box, open it, and we'll talk about it, okay? So in this box, like I mentioned, I opened it, and I did open one of the rails. They do come out, so there is a button that you can actually press to get the whole rail out of the rail, so or off the case here. So this is the 3/8 drive, and these are standard. So these are all standard, and the way Tekton does it is standard is going to be in black, and metric is going to be in red. And so you just line these up and push it on, and it locks in place. So the other cool part is you can move these around. So, and these rails actually lock the sockets in, and it's a twist lock. So you put the socket in, and then you push it in, and then you twist it, and it locks it in place so they don't fall out. So very, very nice organization. Again, I didn't have that much of organization before. It was just everything was tossed together. I try to get the rails again with those pins and try to organize, but once you get those, you realize how many freaking sockets you're missing. Guess what? I'm done playing with that. I'm done with that game of missing sockets. I'm done with the whole let's, make do. Let's get what we need and live intentionally. So 2026 for me is going to be living an intentional life. Hopefully get my family to also start living an intentional life. So we're going to be working on that. Okay, here, I think we have, again, like the smaller extension pieces. It's all sealed in this bag. So we're opening it here for the first time. And let's see here. Ooh. Let's get that all out here. Okay. Yep, that's all in the bag. All right, what do we have here? So we have extensions and the ratchet, and this is the 3/8. So here's the 3/8 ratchet. All these ratchets match, by the way. So it also comes with these pieces that actually hold these extensions. So you get two pieces that'll hold the extensions and the ratchet. These go on the rails, so you can have those. And then it comes with smaller pieces. These are the same thing as the socket pieces, which again, you just push on your socket, twist, and it locks, and these go onto the rail. So again, what I'll do is I'll pan and show everything here. So almost like the pieces there, we have all the different little items. So I'm going to start putting these here to the side. Okay. Again, we have extensions. This is, I believe, a 6-inch extension. I might be wrong on some of these. I believe this is a 3.5 or 4-inch extension. We have the quarter, the 3/8 2/4 bit holder, so that way we can hold bits. It's really cool that the 1/2 inch has a bit holder as well, but I don't think I'm going to be wrenching with something that's 1/4 inch bit to something like that. And then we have the adapter. Oh no, this is a short extension. So this is about a 1 inch or 3/4 extension. 3/8 through 3/8. We have the universal joint. And then the ratchet. And the ratchet's also 90 tooth. And it's quick release. So we have all those things there. Okay, that's what came out of that bag. I believe this has sockets. What I'm going to do is get rid of this box because it's annoying having the box in front of you. And again, we're done. Let's just that out in front. I love doing this. I'm going to have to pick everything up anyways. Oh my God. My wife is going to get mad. She comes in my office and sees all this stuff. Okay, so this is all sealed. As you see, these bags, or they use like black butcher paper to wrap them. So let's see. This, I feel that it's got the rail. This has a rail, but this actually has the tray. So this is sockets with a tray and rail. Let's do this. Let's open up this socket set here. This is like buying meat at a high-end butcher shop. All right, so I showed you. That's all that's there. Let's send that forward. So these are the deep well, and these are the shallow. So we have shallow and deep well. Let's go ahead and put these on the rail as they're supposed to go. Okay, there we go. Lock it in place. So now in your toolbox, you'll have your deep and shallow. So you can actually work. You don't understand how big that is for me. I've been wanting, like I mentioned, I've been wanting organization just because it's going to help me. So everything, pressure washer, my whole detail setup, it's gonna have that. Okay, let's open up this other fancy cut of meat here. Like I mentioned, it's like going to a fancy butcher shop. They use this this black butcher paper. It comes with a sticker. It's super nice. Okay, let me pull this out. Let me get rid of the butcher paper, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so here we have 3 rails set up. We have the deep, we have the shallow, and these are metric, by the way. So the black, the way they do it is black is going to be standard and red is going to be metric. Plus, I have the additional rail in here. This is triple rail. This is so that we can get these pieces and put onto the rail for the extensions. So these go right in here. And what I ended up doing is I bought rails that are gray because I want to have the gray rails on instead of these. Actually, they're going the wrong way there. Let's try it over here. These are plastic. I don't know why I'm having such trouble. Don't do stuff that you can't on camera. All right, there we go. So you put those on there, and then you'll have your, this is the bit holder here and twist on, and then you have all 3 rails on here, and you're able to deal with that. So what I'm going to do is put this rail up front. Let's get it in place. Let's push it on. Let's get the, okay, cool. This is the shallow. Let's get it in there and let's push it on. I also bought labels so that I can put it onto these small things here. You can put on the side the label of what it is. So I am going to take my time to organize all of this, and once I'm done, I hope it's everything that I thought it'd be. But guess what? With my wrenches, it is. So that's why I want to deal with this. Okay. All right. Gonna set these here. And actually, I'm probably going to be moving these off of here like I did these, because that way I can have some working room.